Well, I guess I better check my weather app and see if I can be happy today or not, whether the weather's good. Oh no, it's going to be cloudy and cold. I guess I'll have to be miserable. I think the best way to handle this is to curse the weatherman in my heart and just hope for better tomorrow. And it's funny, people realize I'm a preacher and say, can't you do something about this weather? My standard reply is, sorry, I'm not in management, I'm in sales. But really, the best way to handle the weather is to remember who's in charge, our infinitely wise, wonderful, and good Creator. In Job 36 and 37, Elihu is talking to Job and his friends about the greatness of God. And as part of that, he talks about God's control of the weather. Job 37, verses 5 and 6. God thunders wondrously with his voice. He does great things that we cannot comprehend. For to the snow, he says, fall on the earth. Likewise to the downpour, his mighty downpour. Verse 10, by the breath of God, ice is given, and the broad waters are frozen fast. He loads the thick cloud with moisture. The clouds scatter his lightning. They turn around and around by his guidance to accomplish all that he commands them on the face of the habitable world. But now, catch what Elihu says next about the reasons God sends the weather that he does. Verse 13. Whether for correction, or for his land, or for love, he causes it, that is the weather, to happen. God causes the weather to happen, and three reasons are suggested here. Number one, for correction. Actually, the Hebrew word is for a rod. This is the same word that's used in the book of Proverbs a number of times to refer to the rod of correction. He who spares the rod hates his son. So yes, God may use the weather to get our attention, to humble us, to correct us, to turn us away from sin. Second, or for his land. Now, we live in the beautiful Adirondacks. We've got mountains covered with woods and valleys, and we've got beautiful streams, flowing streams. We've got lakes of all kinds. Next time it rains, and we're tempted to complain, you might want to ask yourself, how do you think the water gets in the lakes? How do you think the trees continue to grow? Why do you think the waterfalls keep running? The weather is part of God's maintenance plan for his planet, for the beautiful world he's made, and made for our habitation and for our enjoyment. Weather is God's way of keeping things running. Number three, or for love. Wow. God sends the weather he sends out of love. This is the Hebrew word chesed, very important Old Testament word, refers to God's steadfast love, his covenant love for his people. It's a word that Job uses earlier in the book, in chapter 10, refers to God's steadfast love for him. So God sends weather as an act of love to his people. That's pretty awesome. So instead of complaining and whining about the weather, perhaps the best thing is to look beneath the surface. Look at the fact that the rain, the snow, the ice, the clouds, the sunshine, whatever comes, God has a reason for it. Perhaps he's trying to correct us. If so, let's learn our lesson. No doubt he's taking care of his planet. We can thank him for that. But most of all, be thankful that whether he sends us the sunshine to cheer us up or the rain to cause our food to grow, he does it out of love for us. So Lord, thank you for the weather.